Brother, what's that?
That's enough. Put down the mic. It should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working. And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
What brings you to Charlotte?
I live here.
Oh, yeah, you blend.
You don't even want to watch.
I know, yeah. I didn't want to.
That's like when you're playing golf and you see a guy.
Oh, what are you, a fucking world traveler?
Player?
Me? What about you?
How you gonna tell me, man? You looking at me like I'm serious.
I am in the dark here with all this legal crap.
I wanted the relationship that Michael Jordan, I'm sorry.
Is that what you want?
Trooper Bukaki? Bukaki?
Did I say that right? How you say it? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're a smooth talker. You are. You are.
You talking to me, little man?
Maybe it was a bad time to bring it up.
When you report fake news, you are the enemy of the people.
Hey guys, happy Friday night. It's me and Joe, Flipperhead, and he wanted me to introduce him. He's like, "Is we just gonna go me and you, or like, is it gonna be both of us?" And I'm like, "No, it's gonna be me and you." It's like, it's me and you doing this. And he was like, "You're not gonna introduce me?" I'm like, "Do you want me to introduce you?" He's like, "Yeah, introduce me." So should we introduce him? Rocco, I know, but no, it's not that short. I did it back. It looks shorter than it is. It's still permable. Trust. Yeah, got a haircut for Flipper. Got a haircut for, got to keep up appearances. Got to look nice, right? Okay. So without further ado, well, no. Let's talk about some things first. So it's Janet Reed's birthday. I believe today is Janet Reed's birthday. Pinned. Joe, yeah, I like this right here. Pinned in the chat room is the defense fund. Why don't you go tell them that you're having fun over here with us? Okay? Because the defense team reads it, Karen reads it, Karen's family reads it. So go be like, I slid over here to show a little love on behalf of Aunt Deb and Uncle Joe Flipperhead. He is, I know, he's shy. I know. Ooh, she's shy. She's shy. Let me give her a little song then. Let me give her a little song. Let me see what I can do. I can do this. Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Let me say, oh, I said, boom, boom, boom.
I don't think I'm shy. I thought, just a nice introduction would have been nice, but
Well, like you're kind of being like a little bit of like a thirsty bottom for introductions. I gave you one last week.
oh well, I thought it was your show and you would bring me on. I thought that's how it usually goes, but
Well, that is how it usually goes, but this is going to be like a me and you thing today, like a collaborative type of team effort.
okay.
But that's okay. I don't mind doing it. I
I came prepared for it, so yeah.
You came
better
prepared.
Yeah,
Okay.
question. Does Rocco cut guys' hair or just women's hair?
Rocco is a female hairdresser, but he does do men's hair. Why are you going to go get your hair cut by him?
No, I just didn't know if he does like a sharp fade or not. You think he can do that?
I think he can. Well, he's gonna get help with a perm. But if he did an interview and he was gonna go in to be a barber, but there was something with like an internship, and then someone, he said, "Flipper, it's called a virtual date.
With this?
I can do it all."
Because my barber just moved to Kentucky. He's been cutting my hair for 15 years, so I have a hard time going to anybody else. So I'm kind of in between like barbers, and I'm kind of nervous to go meet somebody new to cut my hair.
There's only like 3 people I'll let cut my hair.
I only like Spanish dudes give like the sharpest fades. That's usually who I go to, but
Oh, we have a lot more. We have a lot more in common than I thought. Yeah, I only go to like a few people. There's only like very few people I'll go to. I won't go to like just anyone. Pretty particular.
He gave me recommendations, but then it's like, I don't know, I just had like a hard time like actually committing to going to get a new guy to cut my hair. I don't know why, but
Do you think men cut better hair or women?
Men, I think men give like a. I don't know. I've never seen a woman give a good fade before. I'm sure they do. I just have never met one that could do like like a guy's fade. Like I usually go like down to like skin on the sides and then fade
I
out the
feel
back.
like
Scissors on top.
if I feel like okay, if the girl has like dark features, like dark eyeliner, looks like she is like a little bit of an emo chick, I feel like she can cut good hair.
Okay. I think Spanish chicks can cut like that's. I think Spanish people is where that's just where I go with the haircuts. I don't know why. That's just how I've always perceived it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Rocco seems like Rocco says he could cut hair. I'd like to see if he could give a good fade. If I
well,
came up, would he give us
follow
a?
his
Would he give?
Instagram,
All right,
and you can see all the haircuts he gives. It literally looks like he just people walk in and he turns them into Colin instantly, and then they leave.
tell it, Albert.
Yes. So how's your week?
It was good. It was, the trial
Well,
kind of
first,
stresses.
let's talk. Let's first fucking talk. Last Friday was the big reveal here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what has that fucking been like?
Um,
And be honest.
Friday and well, Saturday was kind of a little crazy. I mean, the mentions and
I
the
felt
DMs.
it. I felt
Yeah,
it
it
like
was like a little bit much.
residual.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to read as much as possible, but it's kind of hard to ignore sometimes. But and people are nice, but it's yeah, it's not really like what I expected. I guess maybe I thought of the best part. I thought the funniest stuff to like read was what people thought I looked like, and then compared to what they like how much they thought they were off.
What was
It
like
was,
some of the insults you got that people were like, oh,
it
like
was
no,
mostly
no.
like fat, like old dude that lives in his. It was basically Plevin that lives in his mom's basement instead of like I got a couple people that were like you look really old, or you seem like you were an old man who was retired, and like I don't know. I thought I perceived myself online as young, but I guess I don't. It's hard to judge a book by its cover. I guess.
Some people
Yeah,
were expecting Allen Iverson, which is like,
yeah, that was the craziest part. People like actually thought I was Allen Iverson. They had no idea that I was. I got a few of them, like a few more
yeah.
than I'd like to admit, because that's yeah.
I also feel like that also could have just been like a way for like thirsties to slide in and be like, wait, you're not that basketball player. Right?
You know, I was watching Aiden's show, and then he brought it up, and he said like a lot of people were like, "Oh, I thought he was black," and I was like, I don't know. I don't think I give off that energy, but
Well, you did catfish as a black man. I
yeah,
mean,
when I was making my account, I don't know if I told you this, but when I was trying to come up with like who I was going to do as the I was going to do Boston Rob. Do you know who that is from Survivor?
do I know who
Rob
Boston Rob is?
Rob Morano.
Did you watch
He was
Traitors?
like,
He's from Canton.
no, he isn't.
Swear to God on the Holy Bible.
Oh my god, I loved Rob like
I
from
love
Boston Rob
Boston
from
Rob.
Survivor. Survivor was my favorite. I used to watch every episode, like every season. That was like one of the coolest shows ever. But yeah, I was going to do him. I was going to do Boston Rob, which would have been funny with Boston Mike. Like looking back on it, but then I went with Joe Flipperhead and Allen Iverson because I like to keep the little Philly aspect in there.
Okay.
He was like kind of
Um,
like my idol growing up. Unlike Nick Rocco, I know celebrities, so he was like kind of like my childhood idol that I can admit it.
so yeah, because you said to me, you were like, you know what interview really like threw me for a loop? You were like the Nick Rocco one. I was not expecting him to be like that. I was expecting something different. What were you
Yeah,
expecting with Nick Rocco?
I don't know. He had like the I didn't realize his accent was so thick. Like he has this thick Boston accent.
Also, am I louder than Flipperhead?
I know I need a mic. I don't have. I ordered one. It's not in yet.
Isn't it supposed to be at your fucking door?
I could turn it. The mic volume is halfway. Should I turn it all the way up?
Yeah, turn it all the way up. Let's see what the
How's
hosts
that?
say.
How's that
Way,
sound?
way better. I can hear you more.
Just like that?
Do all the way. Crank that bitch.
It's all the way. Yeah.
Perfect.
But I don't know, Rocco. Like he had a good personality. Like, I didn't realize he was like he was kind of giving you a lot of shit. I thought it was yeah. I don't know because I've
Keep
talked to
going.
Nick before, but I've talked to him like on Facebook or whatever, and he was nice to me. When I first met him, he kind of gave me shit because he was like, "Who are you?" Like people were talking about you. Who are you? Like you have to tell me. And I was like, "No, I'm just trying to join the Facebook page." So he gave me a hard time about that, but we've been good ever since then.
Recurring themes with Nick Rocco. So he was kind of like, who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my neighborhood type of bitch?
Yeah, I guess he was trying to vet me to join the Justice for John O'Keefe Facebook page.
Can you blame
But
him
what, just to join the page?
to vet people?
I guess, but they kind of control who, like, what you post in there. So I guess what they
Right.
just want to keep people out. Is that like what the?
No, I think he wants to make sure before he gives anyone the passive credibility that he makes sure
Okay.
that it's not someone with ulterior motives or weird intentions or something like that. I don't know. Nick saying he didn't say that.
He did.
He did? Yeah. He's forgetful like that. I don't know.
No, it's no hard feelings, Nick. I'm just that was just I remember that first impression.
If you and Nick want
I'm
to
like,
fight, you guys can fight.
no. I like Nick.
Oh, Joe, don't lie. Don't lie here on the program to the people.
I'm not. His wife has me blocked on Twitter, though. That's one thing that I was kind of worried about. I didn't understand what happened with that because I randomly came across her. I'm just gonna say it. We randomly came across her Twitter the other day because she posted. Someone sent me her post of Nuddle with the Zins, and I went to click on it, and I was blocked. And I was like, "What did I do to this girl?" But he's your.
Flipperhead catching strays. He reveals himself and he just catches strays on Twitter.
She's the only one that I know of that has me blocked. So it's kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, Jenna.
Well, maybe maybe she got a personal issue with you. Maybe because you're up here talking shit about her husband, she got to block a bitch.
But that wasn't until this time.
Right, but I'm just trying to find a through line here for us.
I'm not talking shit on Nick. I like Nick, just to make it clear.
Yeah, no, Nick's a good guy. Nick's probably one of the top, probably the top people that I'm was surprised by that I got along with so well and that I liked so much and I could talk to, and I was like, I don't know, he's funny. He's fucking funny. He's
who else is on that list?
He's a douche. On the list where I was surprised that I got along with.
Yeah.
I think you for sure. You, Olivia. I was so surprised with how much I clicked with Olivia. Because I've been meeting a lot of people doing the interviews, so kind of everyone, because it's nice because they come in a little early. We get to shoot the shit. There's no one that I've been
Have you ever thought about?
Have
you ever thought about trying to revitalize people that have had fallouts with Free Karen Reed? I think you'd be good at that.
Keep going.
I was thinking about that the other day. If you had on Sean, for instance, or Jen O'Donnell or people like that to bring people back into the. I think you could bring the best out of people, and
yes, I agree. There are some people that I think once they find their path, that's their path, and I should not be whatever. But I would, yeah. I
people
agree.
wanted to come back. I feel like this would be the perfect spot to go to kind of ease your way back in. That's what I envision.
I don't. I can't disagree with that. Nick Rocco says keep showing up, Flipper. So he's glad
I do.
here. That's nice. That's nice.
Thanks, Nick.
So the past week, how about the reaction from all the men? Let's just talk even more the women. The women, it was a little predatory. I was like, Jesus Christ, leave this kid alone. But with the men, I was so surprised at how hurt a lot of these egos were.
You think?
Oh yeah, and I fucking loved it. I loved it. It was instantly you just humbled a whole group of fucking people. And I was like,
oh, I don't think that was my intentions, but I don't know what I did to do
I
that.
I don't think it was your intentions either, but even there was clips of literally every male creator being like, oh, I mean, then Flipperhead shows his face, and then fucking, who am I? What am I doing here? I should just fucking, fucking go jump off a bridge.
No, yeah, I don't really know what to say to that, but yeah, it's humbling. It's very nice of everybody, but like I said, my main focus isn't trying to
model.
Yeah, it's just I just wanted to. We got to get Karen Reed free, and that's the main purpose. That's one of the reasons I didn't really want to I didn't want it to be about me. I thought the Twitter account was just more focused just on what I'm posting, because I feel like that was the one thing I was kind of worried about, because then maybe it could change people's perspective of me or how they interact with me. I like to keep it strictly on the case. If that's what at the end of the day, that's really all I care about, So
yeah, it's almost devaluing. I feel like if someone's only talking because I don't think you expected that reaction, and it kind of seems I don't know if I would love it. I feel like it would make me
I
feel.
definitely didn't love it. No, I mean,
Yeah, it would make me feel really weird and uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable with like compliments in general, but like
mhm.
an outpour of them to the fact where everyone in the movie, it was like Joe Flipperhead day.
Yeah. Well, people were saying go back and read the chat, and I'm like, I could not. It was like people were saying go back and rewatch and watch. I couldn't even. I can't even listen. Like you posted a clip of me, and I like listened for a second. I muted it. I can't. I can't even listen to myself back. It's just I don't know why, but it's just sets me off kind of.
Did you go? You didn't go back and read anything?
I mean, I saw like screenshots. I've seen some stuff, but it's not like I couldn't go back and go through the whole thing.
Listen, and I love, I love this place. I love these people, but we got some thirsty whores. They try to turn me straight, Joe. Do you know how many fucking comments I'll see? Be like, "Are you sure you're not like whatever?" And I'm like, "The thirst,
I
yes,
saw it happen.
gay."
I was watching Aiden the other night, and he had some new guy on, and instantly, it's like they're all over him too. I'm like, you ladies need a.
Did you feel replaced?
No, they said I look like him.
Right, but did you feel like you were yesterday's news? You were dried up pussy, yesterday's pussy, as I call it. I don't call it that. Did you feel like it was like? Do you feel like you were, rode hard, put away wet, hot on Saturday, nothing on Sunday, kind of thing?
No, that would have been fine with me if I was rode off into the night with that. Yeah, it would have been good. But
You think you look like them? You think you look like that guy?
I don't think I didn't see it.
I don't think so either. I didn't see it. I was like, these hoes must be drunk because I don't think that guy looked like you. Not saying anything, but I just don't think he looked like you. All right, that's out of the way. You want to talk about the trial, or you want to say hi to the people because people sent some shit.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Okay, Maddie Wag said Proctor is the cancer running through this case. Jen is the Giardia. I wouldn't say patient zero for Giardia, but definitely caught. The Giardia has been caught.
I think that was one of the most effective points that Jackson made during when he called Proctor cancer in opening statements. I thought that hit pretty hard. I thought.
Oh,
Personally.
Jen McCabe. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when he called Proctor cancer.
Right, but I didn't realize that this person was talking about Jen McCabe. Yeah, that was good. You liked the opening statements. Everyone liked the opening statements.
Yeah, I mean that was. I thought it was bad. Like people saying Yannetti. Like I went back and I watched. I just like the way Alan Jackson talks. Something about him like just draws me in. Like because he paints a picture and the way he this volume and I think he's the best lawyer I've ever. Like I've watched some trials. But I don't think anybody's been anywhere close to Alan Jackson from what I've seen because he does this thing where he'll lead a witness down one path, but then he'll like on a dot switch to something else. Like he'll get your mind thinking one thing, but he'll come back to it. But the way he like like he did it to Jen McCabe a lot. I'm thinking of specifically, but even like the other day, like when he was questioning Nuttall, like he was able to relate to him. Remember the part where he related to him and was like, I think we both had that embarrassing moment. Like Nuttall laughed on the stand. It's like this is just a normal guy having a conversation at some points, but then he can also turn it on and like really get at somebody
and embarrass the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I think I'm too biased to with this case now. I wish I could go back and watch it objectively, but yeah, I thought Alan Jackson did a great job with the opening.
I think he did a great job with the opening too. I felt like he ended stronger than he started off, and with Yannetti, I felt like the start was just starting with Karen Reed was framed I don't know, that just to me seems memorable and iconic.
Yeah, like for a lawyer to go like on the record and state that as like the first thing that he says in the trial, like that was like I thought that was huge. Like he's putting his reputation on the line. Like these guys have had careers that are some of the best that you could see like, from where they're from or even overall, and these guys are putting everything their reputations basically on the line defending Karen Reed, and I think that says a lot about their character and like what they believe in. So
I can't wait to see Alessi like cross-examine someone. I can't fucking wait. I feel like it's gonna be big.
He's chomping at the bit to get Garino. I think you could tell just from just his couple times up on the stage.
Really?
Yeah, but what do you mean? I think he could go after Garino pretty hard. Yeah.
I want to see. No, I think he can. I want bigger.
Yeah,
for him.
That's not the biggest one. I don't think. I think that Judson Welcher, the reconstructionist for the Commonwealth, the new crash reconstructionist that they had. I think he's going to go after him pretty hard. And the dog bite expert There's a lot that.
I want him with Jen.
Oh no way! I went on.
Yes,
Jackson.
because here's the thing with Jackson and Jen, they're too similar.
Yeah, but he sets her off. I think if you don't
No.
think Jackson is 100% doing Jen.
He sets her off, but then once he sets her off, it creates this effect where Bev's pissed because her courtroom is fucking out of disorder and unruly, and like they're too similar. Like, oh, thank you, you're welcome. You can say this, blah blah blah. Like they're like nipping at each other like two little puppies. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was weird watching Carrie Roberts over there because she was like acting like Jen. It was like her testimony changed completely from the first one. Like she was like acting like Jen. I felt like I was watching Jen McCabe almost. Did you get that at all?
Of course I did. You were watching Jen McCabe. That was Jen.
Yeah, and she was like the first trial. She was so like not like definitive. She wasn't so like assertive, but this time around, she was just like a different person. It was really crazy to watch.
You could be empathetic with her the first time.
Oh yeah, I tweeted that. I was like, the first time I like felt bad when she was crying. You could tell she like genuinely. I could still think she like cares, but I didn't feel bad for her this time around because we know so much about like the history of all this, and
there were so many weird inconsistencies with what she said. Like what really like sticks out to me is the 4-wheel drive thing, and like going to drive old Peg Leg to the hospital, insisting on driving Peg Leg and saying, "I'm going to drive you because you don't have 4-wheel drive," and then Peg Leg saying, "Well, yeah." She called and says, "I'll come pick you up," and I said, "No, I'll go. You know, we both have 4-wheel drive."
Right. Yeah, she said we don't know why. Didn't she say she doesn't know why she came and picked us up? Did she say that?
She did say that.
That was strange. The thing with like Carrie Roberts, like I can't understand is if Karen called you and first thing she screams is John's dead. If you saw the broken tail light, like the next morning you didn't say anything to the O'Keefes? Well, that'd be the first thing I'd say is like, hey, Karen called me this morning, said John's dead, and showed me your broken tail light. Like,
so
what happened?
Miss McKinney just talked about this on her morning live stream, and she was like, if Karen called her and said the first thing that she said was John's dead, and then you show up to 34 Fairview and he's still alive, wouldn't you be like, didn't you tell me he was dead?
Yeah, what did you say in the 911 call? Like, hey, this girl just called me and said he's dead, but she was laughing about it in the 911 call. She was like giggling with good.
Bitch, did you watch Good Morning America with her?
Oh my God, with the witness. Yeah, and then the first time she got the chance to bring up the witness intimidation, it was brought right in. It's crazy.
That's her. Was that her husband with her?
No, that was Brandon Kane. I think that was John's friend. I think it is like a family friend. But it was weird how he was talking for her. Did you see that part?
And he was like looking at her for assurance. Like, yeah, yes,
just ask her. She's right there. Just ask her. That was like the weirdest thing about the whole thing. I was like, what is going on here?
Really fucking weird. It was really fucking. There's so like the first 2 days, the first 3 days. Today was like give or take, whatever. But the first 3 days were a lot. Oh, Coco wants to know if your DMs are on fire.
Not really. Not the DMs really weren't as
that day.
I mean, I didn't really get too many crazy DMs. People were just like openly saying it in their mentions. That was
they didn't care.
They
didn't care who read it.
No, my DMs really weren't too flooded, but
a heavy pour. The mentions were nuts. Because even mine was like fucking blowing up, and I'm like, guys, can I have a fucking Saturday? Like, holy shit. She wants to know if you're from Ohio, Harley chick.
No, I'm from Philadelphia. Well, right outside Philadelphia. Do I have an Ohio accent, you think?
Yeah, I can pick up on slight Ohioan here. Yeah.
See, there's like a Philadelphia accent, and I'm from this place. It's called Delco. It's like Delaware County, and like that accent is different from the Philly accent. So I have like the Delco accent, which probably could get confused with Philadelphia. I mean, we say a lot of similar things, but I've been told that I have a really like thick accent. But that's one thing that also people mentioned was like a strong accent, and I was like, I don't really.
People were placing you in all kinds of weird places, I feel like.
Yeah. It was Southern. I got a lot of Southern too.
I saw someone that was like, he's definitely Midwestern.
Yeah, I don't know how I just know how I sound. So, and I know the people around me sound the same as me. So I don't, it's hard for me I could pick up on the Boston accent. Like you don't really have one, but some people like I think have a really thick one. Is that just like where you're from in Boston, or is that or like that area?
So Massachusetts has different accents like all throughout the state. Like
Okay, yeah.
my mom has a huge Worcester accent, and that's very different from like Nurse Kim's accent. Like I can tell the difference. You probably would think it's all the same, but I can tell like in certain words.
Yeah, this might be messed up, but like
Say it.
Peggy O'Keefe's accent like fit her perfectly. I thought like the way I never heard her talk before when she testified, but like, that was like just like an old like a elderly like Boston thick accent. That's like what I pictured was her accent. That's what it came across as to me.
We talking about Peg Leg? I'll talk about Peg Leg. Want to talk about her? Fuck it.
I know
I'll talk about her.
I've heard you've had some opinions on her, but
You know I got
yeah.
opinions on Peg Leg, that old Peg Leg ass. You know I got opinions on her.
Let's hear them. I haven't heard them.
I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her. I don't
What
fuck
did you
with
think?
her. I don't
What did you
fuck with
think?
her.
The whole testimony. Like, I think my thought on it is the only reason they even had her testify was to play that clip of Karen.
I got
Where
aunts like her. I got a ton of aunts like her. A ton of aunts like her.
Really?
They weaponize the tragedies that happen to them. Yeah. See, like she's like, how are you crying 1 minute, telling a joke the next, side-eyeing a bitch the next second after, and trying to fuck Brennan in the same sentence?
Yeah, and then after the fact, like when they were arguing to get that clip of Karen like mimicking her she was laughing. I think that's the only reason she testified because nothing she said on the stand was of any value. I thought really, except she accused Karen of going upstairs with her dad, which I didn't understand that at all because I guess they're trying to say she deleted Ring video, but Garino pretty much proved at the last trial that that's not. Nobody had access to the phone except to the Ring except for John O'Keefe's phone.
She's convinced that they went up there for nefarious reasons. And what's weird is like the questioning, like, did you was that the last time you talked to Karen or whatever the question was? And she's like, I didn't even see her come in. But then you said you heard her upstairs. You knew she was upstairs. You said you let them go upstairs. So how do you not know she's in your house?
Right. I mean, the whole thing seems so like strange because then Paul testified at the last trial something completely different.
That he got a phone call.
No, about Peggy.
He got a phone call from I think Karen's dad or Karen being like, we're saying
coming,
come
right?
over. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I think Paul even said that like, Karen sat down with the kids and like talked to them like that. But Peggy was saying that none of that ever happened. She was basically saying that she walked in, went straight upstairs, came down, and left, just like that.
Yeah. Peg Leg has a whole story. Peg Leg has a whole other story.
Have you seen my video I did about that whole situation? About Peggy and Paul and how they found out about.
Is it on your Twitter or is it on your YouTube?
My YouTube. So basically, I'll give you basically a rundown.
How long is it?
It's 18 minutes. It's not.
Fuck. Okay,
I could give you a quick breakdown of it. So basically, when Paul went on his Good Morning, or he did that interview with Christina Rex, he was basically describing like how they found out, like what they found out about. And he said, after Karen left that morning, Peggy looked at Paul and said, "Do you think she has something to do with this?" And Paul was like, "No, we're not going to think like that." And then the next statement Paul made was, "We went outside to look at her tail light, and her car was gone. And it was at that moment we put it together pretty quick that she had something to do with this." But he also said that at that time he hadn't talked to Massachusetts State Police or anybody, right? So he's basically saying that, like, why would Peggy assume that? Why would they go look at the taillight? So then I looked a little deeper. Right when Karen left, guess who calls Peggy for 8 minutes? Take a random guess.
Jen
McCabe.
Yeah, because she called Karen, asked for Peg Leg's number while Karen was in the ambulance.
No,
Carrie's number. Carrie's number.
This was at 1:34 in the afternoon.
The next day?
On 129.
I need a timeline. I need Carrie in here. I need a timeline. I need some fucking timeline. So what? So say this again. I'm sorry.
So basically, Jen called Peggy right after Karen left to go to her parents' house. After that phone call, Peggy asked Paul, "Do you think Karen had something to do with this?" Paul said, "No, we're not going to think that way." And then he says the next thing he did was went outside to look at her taillight.
no, we're not going to think that way. So clearly she's a fucking.
You have to watch the video. The video
No,
explains
but
it.
like, here's the thing: if he's going to say we're not going to think that way to her in this moment of like high tragedy, he knows that she's a fucking manipulative woman, because clearly that means that whenever shit happens, whenever shit hits the fan and goes down, she turns
Right.
negative. Because why else would he say that?
Yeah, but then why would he go look at the taillight? Like, he had no idea that the taillight was broken at that time. That's the thing that. What did Jen McCabe tell them to get the thoughts running in their head that Karen could have done this?
I think Carrie probably told them through Jen. That's why Carrie went to go drive her.
No, but Jen and Peggy talked for 8 minutes. So I'm trying to tell you.
Prior to Carrie Roberts driving her, Jen talked to Pegleg
After
Carrie drove her.
Yeah, to the hospital, dropped her off.
So Carrie filled her in on the way to the hospital is what I'm saying. That's why she was so adamant about being like, I'll drive you in your 4-wheel drive. Get in here, Pegleg. Come on, Papa Pegleg.
Yeah, I just like to go. I think it always comes back to Jen McCabe. That's the way I.
Some people this morning were telling me that Pegleg is the original Jen McCabe.
In what way? Just like growing up?
What do you think?
I don't know if she ever covered up a murder, but I mean.
How do you know? You don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just going to assume that she did. I feel bad. I feel guilty talking about like a victim's parents, but at the same time, it's like, how can you be so blind? It's like,
I'm not catching on. People say I'm not catching on. You're right. I need a minute. I got to absorb. It takes a while for me to figure things out. I didn't talk about her or even kind of watch her at all for like at all because I didn't want to, because I'm like, this is too sad.
Right.
But after fucking she was on, all bets are off.
After that testimony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I said, the only reason she testified was to get that clip of Karen mocking her.
You think he looks like
he got hit by a car. That's like, why would she say that? Karen even say that? It's so bad. It's so bad.
I fucking hate this bitch. I cannot stand this bitch. And I think her and Brennan have some kind of weird sexual relationship going on.
Ooh.
Pegleg and Hank Brennan. You want me to show you? I'll show you. Ready? Watch this. I'm going to show you 2 clips. Ready? Watch this. And guys, put the kids away. So this is the unedited version of Hank and Pegleg, similar to Guarino and Hank.
Talking too soft? Okay.
Something with the mic with you, huh?
What is it again? Let me play it again.
Talking too soft? Okay.
Okay. Now the
I don't see it. I don't know what
the next vid. Now I'm going to show you. All I did here was just move a few things around. It's still the same video, and I added a song.
All right, let's do it.
Because this is what I saw when I watched that part.
Good afternoon, Mrs. O'Keefe. Good afternoon, Mr. Brennan.
You gotta go on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch.
Okay.
All right, when you put it like that.
I saw in her eyes there was some kind of sparkle going on. When she first sat down, she goes, "Hi, Mr. Brennan," in a very flirtatious way. When he pulled the thing near her mouth, I could see the fucking back of her throat start to pucker and that old peg leg whore ass way starting to kick in. I'm sorry. I don't like her. I don't. She triggers me in some kind of way. Sorry. My bad. My bad, peg leg. My bad, peg leg. But there's something about you that triggers the fuck
started
out of
off
me.
by saying she was married too long.
No, she started off by saying, without even being asked, "I'm John O'Keefe's mother." That's what she started off doing. By being like, "This is my show. I'm here. Hi, jury. Yeah. Why you're here? Because of me. That's right. My pussy's the reason you're all here."
When she said, "How long have you been married?" She said, "Too long." That was
because Brennan was right there. And she didn't want to get cock blocked.
I got you. That makes sense. You said, you think Brennan's a dog?
I think Pegleg is a dog, and I think Brennan will do whatever it takes to get these people on their side.
So what do you think his motive is, though? Because it doesn't make any sense.
Winning, getting people on
To
his
say he
side,
won.
winning.
He is such a prick. That guy really, but he like truly makes me like Valley. You felt bad for because I feel like he's just like a useful idiot. But like Brennan, and I just think he's such a piece of shit. Like it's like
And
doing
that mic thing is weird. And why does he stand so close to the people in the why are you so close? Why are you up in my puss? Why are you so fucking close? I feel like he was trying to climb inside Guarino's womb. I feel like he was taking a swim in fucking Lake Pegleg.
Yeah, do you feel bad for Guarino because he can't walk? You think he's limping on purpose, or do you think it's a
no?
It's
I think it's weird. And why does he have a line in between his things? What's that like? He's 2 clicks away from cute. He's medium ugly. Like I don't like what's going on. Like he could be good looking with like 5 things change. It's like circle 5 things wrong with this picture, and you get one good looking man.
Yeah, him reading those text messages was like torture.
Let me show. I have the Guarino one. Let me. Whitey Def got Hank to do butt stuff.
It's weird. He really loved Whitey. You ever watch his like interviews about him? It's like kind of like it's like a little bit too much. Where'd you go?
I hide when I can't handle a comment like that. So thank you, Mariah. Thank you. Flipper, would you tap that?
What?
Peg leg.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
$1 million. $1 million. 1 million cash tax free.
Nah, I can't be bought.
2 minutes.
What?
2 minutes. That's all you have to do.
No, absolutely no.
$500,000 a minute.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
Shit. I
know you couldn't, but
like get in here, peg leg. It's fucking over with. Let me show you. I've spent. First of all, I'm looking at the clips that I have, and I have 5 Tristans. Why do I have so many? Why? I don't need this many.
I think you have a crush on Tristan.
I'm not a crush. I'm more of like I want to like I'm like impressed and like I want him to teach me the ways because that's fucking impressive. I don't know if I have it. I don't think I have it. I may not have it. I don't have it. But either way, I think the microphone thing was weird. I think the moving the microphone around is weird. I think standing close is weird.
He's definitely different. No. He's definitely.
I got it. Here we go. So this is the first 3 days.
You're telling this jury that your memory is better now than it was a year ago when you testified about the exact same circumstance, correct?
Yes, sir.
I asked what y'all talked about. Why didn't you tell us that?
To be perfectly honest, sir, I did not remember until right now.
So your memory is fading even after 3 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Finish with this guy.
Not beyond probably a hey or hi or something like that.
Okay. Do you know whether she ever gave you any items?
Pretty bird. Pretty bird. Polly, want a cracker?
Tell me a little bit about your immediate family.
You all know about John. And then my son Paul is over there.
When you say upstairs, do you know what room they went to?
I assume the bedroom.
So, peg leg ass. I don't do peg leg ass because motherfucking ass ain't right.
I believe it. Yeah, it goes to the next one. So I'll start. Yeah, sorry.
I've been trying to give it to you all night. What's it gonna take to get you all alone?
You think it's like a dominance thing? That's what I just got from that.
No. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. That would immediately make me uncomfortable, and I would instantly tell him to stop and back the fuck off. He's jacking the microphone off in front of their faces. Is it some kind of Illuminati Bohemian Grove fucking ritual? I don't fucking know.
I think he's trying to assert his dominance over him, speaking to them, because usually they just have to tell the person, hey, can you speak into the mic? And Garino's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Bev asserts her dominance without doing that.
Yeah, Bev has been extra. I mean, I think she's been a little
I think
extra
she's doing
bitchy.
fine. I think she's been fine. I think she's doing fine. I think everyone
She
needs to give
lets,
her a break.
she lets a lot of stuff in that I don't know if she
She
gives it.
likes it when they leave it in. What?
Yeah, not when
I think
Jackson does, but what everybody else does.
she's doing fine. I think she's well. I think her and Alan butt heads.
But sometimes I think she likes him though.
No,
Never.
no. No, everyone else, yeah. Him, no, because I think he does things. He does things so we hear them, I feel like, and he does things so that like you can't once the worm is out, you can't fucking put it back in the cage, whatever that fucking saying is.
Mhm.
And I think she likes her rules, and once she sees him intentionally break her rules in her court, all
Right.
bets are off, no matter what. Answer this question.
Would either of you, if a peg leg? No, I'm not doing it.
Sorry, Ka.
I
Really?
feel would yeah. I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I mean,
I have to. I have questions first. Like, does completion? Does it need to be fully? How long? Eye contact? Missionary? Where are we? Can I use protection? Do we have to kiss? Like, there's a lot of. I have a lot of what have yous about it. Then I got to make my decision.
I'm not going near peg leg. I would never even want to like meet that woman. To be honest,
Would you peg?
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching that. No. Definitive answer, no.
Should we do a poll to see if they would? If it would free Karen? Let's do a
They're all
poll.
going to say yes.
If you guys are having fun, if you guys are having a nice fun Friday night, throw Karen a couple bucks. Okay. Throw her a couple bucks. If you guys are having a good time. If not, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, because
Look at you now, watching me, bitch.
all right, what else do we have to cover? I have a list.
Oh, what do you have on your list? I've got a couple of things.
We'll go your list. We've been doing my list for the first.
Oh, this is one thing that I've heard you say a couple of times in the past. I think we have to talk about.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You've been very adamant about it, and I could not.
You disagree with whatever? Okay, hold on. Let me poll, and then
okay,
and then yeah. But I don't
know if your opinion might have changed after this week, so I'll be interested to see what you think.
Okay, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Oh, this isn't working. Oh wait, no, yes it is. Hold on. Engage. Okay. Start a poll. Would you ... if it would free Karen? We're gonna put smear peg leg or sorry, Ka. Okay.
But before it's done, you let me guess what the final results are before you.
Ooh, let's take guesses. I'm gonna write mine down.
No. I want to wait till it's. I'm gonna wait till it's done and then ask me.
You want to got it.
So you can guess too.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
The interviews. Karen's interviews. I've seen you a couple of times say that like you don't give it, like you do what you want. They're bad.
You said that, yeah. A lot of people do.
No, what? You said you said you don't mind them.
Didn't say like. I said don't tell her what to do.
But somebody should have told her what to do. That's my problem. Because if they didn't have these interviews,
it's your opinion.
They'd have nothing. They'd have no case.
No, they'd have something else.
And they wouldn't. That's the only reason I've heard people feel uneasy, I think, is because of these interviews. It's like
because people think that she comes across as unlikable. But her being unlikable has nothing to do with John O'Keefe. Read the text message between them. John O'Keefe is unlikable.
Yeah, I got you. But the interviews don't help her, or not. I think they're hurting her way more than the. She admitted to having the 6 drinks at the thing. That was like, that's bad.
I don't care.
You might have the jury might.
I'm ride or die.
I know you are. But you have to look objectively at this whole thing because
You can do whatever you want and put on whatever kind of big word you want onto it. Homegirl can do what she wants. People are gonna twist anything you do, no matter what. No matter what, whether she fucking looks at the clock the wrong way, if she sneezes, if she wipes her ass different, she's gonna they're gonna critique it.
Yeah,
She's
that's
being
what
genuine.
I do think it's endearing that she is unauthentically herself. She does not change. Like that is like an admiring quality about her. But also at the same time, when you're on trial for murder, you have to. There's some stuff you should say and some stuff you shouldn't say. And I just think this is really gonna it's gonna be a thorn in her side the entire time. Like getting like, just the way he brings them in without like the whole context. Like I think it's messed up that like the way he can just do it like that. But I really think it's like the last trial. They were debating with the how many drinks she had at the CF McCarthy's and like proving it. She just admitted to all of it. That's my problem with the whole thing. It's like that's a problem. It's a problem.
Nah,
That's just the way I'm having. That's my biggest
you.
issue right now with the whole case.
I ain't with you. I think she should do more interviews. I think she should do it never say no to an interview. Do every interview.
Come on, testify.
Please let me testify. You accuse me of. You accuse me of. I think she should write the book just like OJ did. If I did it, this is how I would, or whatever the fuck. Go ahead. Go full fucking. Go ahead. Go ahead, hon. You deserve it. Go ahead.
You're going full heel. You're going full heel.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
You're doubling down.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I could accept.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing we don't see eye to eye on. I can confidently say that.
Oh, I mean, a lot of people, but that's never changed my opinion on anything.
It doesn't change my opinion, but I'm just the way that others perceive it. It doesn't, you know.
Hey, yeah, maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do those. Okay, yeah, because listen, I don't know. Be like, no one's gone through what she's gone through. Everyone has their own life and whatever, and it's very easy to look at someone and be like, well, this is what you should do. Yeah, sure. Everyone should do a whole bunch of other shit. Well, she fucking wanted to do it, and she fucking did it. And you know what? There's a chance that she's going to fucking jail, right? Yeah. So if she always wanted to do these interviews, if she wants to get her story out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least she got a chance to do it and like is not in jail and being like, well, I didn't even get to say what I want to say. Let her do what she wants. And I know people disagree with me, and that's fine. Do I think less of you? Probably. But like, you know.
I bet you if you asked her, she regrets doing it.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna, because that's none of my business. I have better things to talk to her about than that. I feel like if we were going to have a convo, I would.
Yeah, I mean, I would never bring it up to her.
Karen. Hey, do you regret? So, do you ever like look back on things and be like, shouldn't have done that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that would be a weird way to ask somebody a question.
Yeah, no shit.
It's just implied.
I don't know. I like. I don't know. I'm the type of friend in person where it's like, if I'm ride or die for you, you can do no wrong in my eyes. And it's like, go ahead. I will like support through and through. I would never like put a judgment or say you should or shouldn't do this. We're all different.
But yeah, it's not, I don't know if I'm really judging her. I just like the idea
there's a judgment. Of course there is. With you shouldn't do those interviews, there's a judgment in that. But anyway, and it's not a bad thing, but it is a judgment.
I put it more on the lawyers, to be honest with you, as opposed to her. They're supposed to be the ones advising her on what to do, what not to do, and like that's pretty textbook. I feel like if you don't want your statements out there, I'm just telling you from my aspect of it, looking at the case, it's like if they imagine if these clips weren't being played, what would they be? What would everybody be talking about?
Something else.
That's all they're talking about, though. That's all anybody's talking about. That's exactly what Hank Brennan wants.
Those clips didn't kill John O'Keefe.
I understand that, but they've ignored all the evidence up to this point, and now you give something else on top of that.
And we haven't even gotten to the solo couple at all. We haven't gotten to the Stop and Shop bag of it all. We haven't gotten to the Chloe. We haven't really gotten into that. They want to go ahead and show a fucking clip of her telling her truth. Speak your truth. Literally.
And I have thought about that aspect of it. Like this is the beginning. Like the testimony's been so dry. It's like not really been anything that's been like we still haven't had Proctor, Jen McCabe, Buchanan, Higgins, Brian out. Like all this still is the crash daddies. All of it is still coming. So it's like
no one. We've had no one well, I think Kerry was a fucking, that was like a, like, I'm still thinking about that. I'm still thinking about that. And Peg Leg.
Yeah, did you see Olivia's post about the witness intimidation thing with Kerry Roberts? I thought that was like a
Yes.
crazy that just like when you look at it that way, it's like it just makes so much sense how like they think they can say whatever they want to the state grand jury, but then they go in front of the Fed, the whole story changes. It's like how do you ignore that? But then they claim witness intimidation or they claim like harassment. And then
Also, it's like that's like saying that you're like offended by something. It's like that's up to you to decide.
Right.
Like I can't tell you if you're offended or not. I can't tell you if you're intimidated or not. You could just say it and it means it's true. Kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited, so fucking excited for who I heard is coming up.
I think we heard the same person. Slow down.
Word 'em up, y'all. On the town, the beast is loose. Come on.
Who do you think gets her? Yannetti again?
I want Jackson. Or Leslie to talk. I want it switched up.
You think so you like that idea of like switching the people so they don't get a second shot at
yeah, different
that's
style.
interesting.
50 told me go ahead and switch the style up, and if they hate and let them hate and watch them the
money pile up.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I'm very excited for her. I don't know what I'm gonna do that day. It's gonna be like I don't know, make your own Nagel day. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm so fucking excited. And once I saw the tweet that she was in the courtroom, I knew she was there because my water glass started getting ripples that day. And I was like
Jurassic Park?
Yes. I was like, a Nagel is close by. You could always tell. All right. So that's what you wanted to talk about was the interviews. Okay, that's where we differ. Yeah, I differ with the fuck ton of people on that, but it is what it is. Whatever. You're not gonna change my fucking mind. What else did I want to talk about? Oh. No, we can wait. Anything else from the trial? Any other takeaways from this week, from season 1, week 1?
I'm trying to think. There's some stuff. We kind of covered most of it. The
text. We didn't talk about the text.
John O'Keefe.
You gotta brush yourself up because you didn't. You've been busy
listening to it, but yeah, I've been busy at work the last couple of days. But I remember most of the text. But see, I never thought they were like anything. If anything, I thought like they try to portray like Karen as being this jealous person at the last trial with like the Aruba cyst or whatever. But like, I mean, the John O'Keefe with the plumber thing, that doesn't make any. That whole thing was like
that was bad.
It was weird.
That was bad. That was really bad and really mean. And he was telling her one thing and doing another. Like it was bad. And she just seemed like she just wanted him to like her so much. And he was lying. He was lying to her, and like he was fucking around. And like I also don't like how like the peg legs of it all. The whole Cantonites that are like our Saint John, our Saint Peg Leg, right? How they're like, oh my God, this wonderful person, this great, amazing human being was taken from us. When in these text messages, he's like, there's a 74-year-old man on my couch. I'm not built for this. I don't want to be here. You know, like
sobered up.
I just sobered up. It's 7:00 tomorrow. Like,
yeah,
like just because something happens to someone doesn't mean they're all of a sudden this like, oh, like wonderful human being.
Yeah, and those text messages like vilify made that to look like it was Karen. Like, that was I didn't get that at all. Like
that makes him look bad. And to me, that makes him look bad.
Well, when you think about it, like what was it, Camerano? Did he testify yesterday? Like whenever somebody talks about like what John used to get mad at Karen about, it's like spoiling the kids. It's like, oh, sorry, that was such a bad thing. You know, I think that's what they thought about the morning before because she would buy him Dunkin' Donuts or whatever it was. Like,
And she said that like it's weird when she was there and the kids were there because she would want to talk to the kids, but she felt like she couldn't. But okay, if you had 2 children, what would a reason be that you wouldn't want them getting close to someone you were dating?
You don't love them, or you don't. That'd be my. So you don't. Yeah, yeah.
Why wouldn't you let a girl meet your mom? Because she ain't gonna be around long.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like the Camerano guy. He was saying that the kids loved Karen. Like she would watch his kids without John even there.
And they all called her the babysitter. Nice. Nice. And I hated how he was like, "Well, you're driving me home." When it's like you were just you didn't even want the plumber to go to her house.
Right.
But now she can drive your drunk ass home.
She was making her feelings completely like known that she didn't want to spend the night there. She was like just trying to come. Like she was like saying that, but John was the one that kept on trying to get her to come back and stay. Like we're going to stay till the week.
She wanted him to want her to spend the night.
Yeah, and he was not giving her that.
She's sick. She doesn't know what's going on with her health. Like she's not getting answers from the doctors. Now her fucking water isn't working, and she's cold shower. She has a chill. Like her body's like doing all this crazy shit. And he's like, "What, are you gonna fuck the plumber?" After like ignoring 800 of her phone calls.
Right. That's like he's like the guy that's in a relationship that doesn't want to be in one, but he stays in one just because like he doesn't know how to make the move out. Almost. That's kind of the vibe I got from it. Just
he knows how to make the move out. He knows how to make the move out by making it seem like you're the one starting the fight.
So yeah, so make her feel bad. So it was like a little narcissistic a little bit, right? Is that what I don't want to say that.
You did though. You did. That just came out of your mouth.
That's just coming off of what the text. That's just the vibe I got from the text message. I'm not like I want to. Yeah.
You hear that, peg leg? Do you hear that, peg leg?
Move on.
All right, let's say hi to some people. We got this shit's blowing up over here. Okay. Flipper's DMs are open. We got that one. Whitey, Hank, butt stuff. Got that one. Flipper, would you tap that? Got that one. Peg didn't have much to say about John, and the way she described Paul, well, he's over there. She seems to prefer the girls with the family. And she described him through his relationship to this like obsession with cops. Like I feel like that whole family's obsessed with being a cop.
Yeah. What does Paul do for work? Do you know?
Yeah, he said it in his thing. He's like a marketing whatever. Not a cop, but he knows about cops. He knows this is C11 and this is this. And if you go here, it's a better job. So, do you have siblings?
Yep, I have a brother and 2 sisters.
How much do you know about their work life?
I mean, I know what they do. I don't really.
Do you know what the other locations are of their jobs and different rules of the different locations and who's
I don't know the rules. I know where the 2, a couple work in. Yeah, I know where 2 of them work, but the one bounces around. He's like a project manager. So, yeah, so I mean, they kind of.
Getting in with Chris Albert, getting in with Brian Albert, that's like the whole thing. Peg Leg is living her full fantasy. She has a house in Canton that she doesn't take her shoes off in. She dirties it up. She's friends with Jen. She's happy. People feel bad for her. She loves that.
It's the thing with the family is it just blows my mind how they don't speak out more about like the investigation and everything like that. Like they just to be completely blind to it. Like really, I just can't fathom it.
Because Peg Leg's a bitch. That's why. I feel for everyone else in there. Like even Paul, I have like a level of like poor guy kind of thing. Like I'm sure he doesn't want this kind of type of shit. But Peg Leg wants it. Peg Leg wants it.
Well, you saw that with her interaction with Aiden and when she brought Lindsay to the court. Like, that's like this is it's your kid, your son. Like I just picture my mom. I could never imagine her doing anything like this. You know. But she would be the first one standing, like, freaking out about what was going on. Is that a good one?
You spoke truth right there. You spoke Peg Leg truth.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing. It's bringing the fake victim to the court. It's like, come on, what are we doing? It's like they like the circus almost.
They need it. They fucking need it. People like that need it. This is
Was I
Massachusetts Irish Catholic women that get hardened. Not all of them. Relax, guys. Not all of them. I know a lot of them. What was your question?
did I see this on Twitter right, or was Becky at court the other day?
Becky? Who's Becky? I don't know who
Becky's
Becky is.
mom. Becky's mom. The mom.
Bella's mom.
Bella's mom. Bella's mom. Sorry, I was thinking. I don't know why I thought Becky.
The
Bella's
town
mom.
pump. The town pump.
Was she at court the other day? I'm pretty sure she was there yesterday. I thought I saw that on Twitter.
I saw tweets about that, and I didn't know if it was serious or not because all I've been doing is talking about Bella's mom. So
Yeah,
I don't know if people were tagging me being like funny about it or if she really was there.
I thought I heard somebody talking about it on a YouTube show. Maybe I didn't. But that would be another aspect of it. It's like, who are all these women that randomly come to the court with them? That's like another thing that I've always found so odd.
Yeah, I just talked to Mrs. Parks about this, and she called it. She was like, "Why is there like a whole like collection of Timu Aaron O'Keefe's showing up to the courtroom?"
It's all different every time. It's like there's always new ones, and it's like, who are all these people?
Peg's hose. Peg's poor unfortunate hose from Peg.
You really don't like Peg.
Me? No, I think she's.
You hate Peg. That's all right.
I fucking hate her. I hate. She made me like the quickness of which she changed it up. She changed it up, and she was only there for 19 minutes and 21 seconds, and she went through a gaggle of every emotion. And it didn't just happen. This was 3 years ago, but the day it did happen, she was fine enough to be like, "What's she doing here?" She could still throw her shade. The day it happened, she could still be shady and still be a bitch. But 3 years later, when the cameras are on you, now you're experiencing it all, Peg Leg. Oh, now
it's
you
a whole different story.
Now you want to take the picture and go, "My son, no, bring him back. No. Why can't you come back? What? Peg Leg, fuck out of here. That's so disrespectful. That's disrespectful
really
ass
is.
Peg Leg. That is ridiculous. And all up in his fucking house, walking around with her shoes on.
You think she gets shoes on?
Carrie said it, dude. Carrie said it.
Said what? Peg goes shoes on? Is that what you're talking about?
They were discussing the neatness of John O'Keefe. They were discussing the shoes off. Carrie made a very sly, underhanded remark, "Not anymore," and giggled. So Peg Leg, I've been saying this. She takes her shoes off and she spider pigs fucking all over, and she goes and she crawls all over the place. Okay, you know she's smoking butts in the house. You know she's smoking 100 butts in that house.
Yeah, it was also weird when she asked Kerry Roberts to reach out to see if they could get a new Ring video. Like the whole thing, it's like so like, I think unethical, just the way they go about everything that they do.
Your family's going through this tragedy, but you're on the phone with fake victim people to get
Totally, yeah.
To I see right through that Peg Leg ass. I do. And you know what? Just fucking for that. Just for getting me all fucking.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brennan.
You got it going on. I used to be scared of the dick. Now I throw lips to the shit. Handle it like a real bitch.
Okay.
Is that on Twitter?
No.
You gotta put that out. You have to put that out.
No, I played it like 10 times this morning, and no.
Why haven't you put it out?
Because I'm still having fun with it, and let me enjoy it here, and then I'll let everyone, whatever. But I'm still enjoying it. Oh yeah, we saw that. All right. And thank you, Ann. Bev's dizzy glasses. Guarino looked comfy with Brennan in front of his face with the mic. Nutty looked like he aged 10 years in the last year. That mofo is 28.
I know, it's crazy.
Nutbags is 28. Thank you, Bev. Nutbags is 28.
Yeah, he did you think he was on something when he first took the stand? What was your initial reaction?
Why was he like?
Yeah.
People do too much coke and their jaw goes from left to right, left to right. I'm like, what is up with this guy? And he had fetal alcohol syndrome, potato face. He had little beady slits for eyes, a little beady slit for a mouth, little holes in his ears. He looked like God wasn't done making his Mr. Potato Head face. Very inbred.
When he first walked up to the stand and like sat down, it was just like he just felt, you could feel how uncomfortable he felt. And it was just like it took me back, and like, from there I was like, I don't trust a word this guy's saying, and his testimony was, it's insane the way he changed his story from the original report in February 8th till today. Like, and that's why I feel like people like the anti Karen Reed, they love like coming at the defense saying you're attacking a first responder who was just trying to do the
Oh,
right thing.
way to get up there and just rape a first responder in front of the whole country.
Yeah, they love saying that shit. But okay, what do you want them to do when they said one thing and then they completely changed their story? And they only changed their story to make Karen look worse.
I can't with these peg legs. I can't. They're all mini peg legs. I fucking can't.
So she's like free Karen Reed's turtle boy, you think? For the antis.
Oh, peg leg. Yeah, everyone thinks it's Jen. It's peg leg. She's the one bringing in the whores into fucking court. She's the madame of the peg leg whorehouse. Mrs. Parks in the house. She's the one that we talked about. Timu Aaron O'Keefe's. Will Bev get her roots done for Crash Daddies? Will Jen's tooth be fixed? Will Nagel have bumped into a needle of Ozempic? I had heard she lost a little weight. Will Brian Albert get a new Mr. Rogers sweater? Jimmy would hit peg leg for a cool meal. And what are your answers to these questions? She's asking you.
Bev, her roots done for Crash. She has to do it this weekend, so I'm gonna say no, not this weekend. But by the time they testify, I think she'll be dialed up for that.
Yeah, they're not
Jen's
going to be
tooth. Jen's tooth, I could see that being fixed because she probably got killed for it, and I feel like she's very self-conscious. So I could see her getting the tooth fixed. Nagel have bumped into a needle of Ozempic. I don't know. The last time I saw Nagel, she was still looking the same when she was on the sidewalk at outside D&E.
She's a thick bitch.
Do you think they go her and Sarah Levinson back to back again? That'd be a fun Monday. Get those two.
I do. Yeah, I do. I think it's her and Sarah. They do her and Sarah.
Brian Albert get a new Mr. Rogers sweater. Do you wear a sweater to both the closing and the testimony?
He had a button up tie with a Mr. Rogers sweater over it, and he was like, "Good morning, jury." Like he was the only one that but he was good on the stand.
Yeah, he's professional.
He's done it before.
Yeah, I think like I said, when you hear his testimony and you just compare it to it's all the things that he got rid of everything. He is like the key, but I feel like he wasn't highlighted too much the last trial because he just kept it straight down he's been there before, I feel like. Almost.
He knows what he's doing. He knows these roads. He built these fucking roads, I feel like, right?
Yeah. Yep. And would you hit peg? You can only answer the peg leg.
I'll hit peg leg for $500,000, dude. I'll do it for $10. Estranged One. You two are adorable and hilarious, making my Friday night. Thank you, Estranged One. Go show the defense fund some love and say that you have enough good time here on a Friday. You know, this is all Flipperhead's idea. It was was it mine? Was it yours? Was it ours?
So I think the original idea was Boston Mike to join us, but
yes, but he's on vacation.
Yeah,
so he'll be here. My god, dude. When I first had him on, and people in the chat room were like, "Joe Flipperhead's gonna clip this." I had so much fucking fun with him. The most.
He's a riot.
He's a fucking riot, and he his presence just it gives you permission to be fucked up and silly.
Yeah, his Twitter is him in person. You know, because I'll call him. He was probably the first person I became friendly with. I don't even know how that happened, but we would talk for an hour and a half on the phone, and I'd look at my phone and be like, I didn't even realize where the time went because he could just make you laugh, and he just says some crazy shit.
I love him. I do. I unapologetically big fucking Boston Mike fan. Did you see how dumb that last jury? Did you see how dumb that last jury was? That's the concern. The people deciding. Yeah, the 12 people deciding. Yeah. I mean, Ronnie Bowties, his whole thing was Karen is not guilty because she wanted to go home and eat and John didn't. So that just tells me that Ronnie Bowties has come into this problem before in his own life where he probably wanted to go home and someone he was dating wanted to go out and get more dick.
Yeah, that last jury, I try not to Their lack of not like common sense. I can't even comprehend how it. The interviews that they've came out from them, like not just from Ronnie, but from the other. I think Aiden did somebody else too. Like just their whole thought process didn't make any sense to me at all.
He interviewed another juror.
I thought he did, didn't he? I thought he did Ronnie and one other. I thought
I feel like I would have seen it.
Maybe he did. Maybe it was just Ronnie. I could have sworn he had another one.
I'm gonna go check because
the very first one, I thought he did. Yeah, I think he did too.
Oh, was one like they didn't show their face?
Yeah, the one they didn't show. Yeah, it was
one that got dismissed, right? A dismissed juror, I think.
I don't know if they were dismissed. I don't know. I know we did 2 separate ones, but yeah.
A lot of info. I'm just going to leave this one right here. I don't know what it's about, but it's about everything.
Probably the
Probably about everything. Well, 9:55, or it could have been about peg leg, could have been about the family. Flip is the face and Auntie is the heel. I would pay to watch that match. Do you like wrestling? You a wrestling fan? No, right? No.
I don't know what that means.
WWF, WWE, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan. The face is the good guy. The heel is the one the crowd hates. Like the face, they come in and everyone's like, "Yeah, kick his ass." And then like Yokozuna will come out and everyone's like, "Boo, you suck." And then he's like, "Ugh." It's like it's.
I don't think you're a heel though. I feel like people like you.
No, I don't want to be the villain. I love a good villain. I don't want
to be the hero. I don't like being a hero.
You like being the hero?
No, I don't at all.
Well, that's the hero's journey. That's the hero's struggle. They think there's so much more to them than that, right? Like Aladdin said, riff raff street rat. I don't buy that. Wicked, smart versus pure wicked. When the credits roll after the FKR movie, what will the Where Are You Now details be for everyone? Let's see a whole video on this. Okay, let's pick. I'm going to pick someone for you. 20 years from now, FKR movie, credits roll. Boston Mike.
Where is he? How old is he? Does he have 20 more years left at the Boston Mike?
Mm-hmm.
He's probably still in the same spot, I think, living in Canton. Still on Twitter. No one's following him, or no one cares what he's saying, but he's still on Twitter. Like, that's what I think. Like when this is done, you think people just fade out and just gone?
God, I hope so. Guarino's sisters look exactly like him. The younger one, Amanda, broke up another trooper's marriage. Trampolina. Trooperino daddy held up a gas station at gunpoint when we were like 10.
I think they have specific knowledge of.
Right. Woof. Okay, so he probably has a few peg legs in his life. Right?
It always comes back to peg leg.
Bitch, you ain't fucking wrong. It always thank you, Kayla. It always comes back. Thank you, Bonnie, to the peg legs. Carrie's admitted perjury statement. You read this. I feel like I need to go get another soda water. Are you fine by yourself? Are you okay? Can I leave you? Do you need a babysitter? You'll be good. 2 minutes. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Carrie's admitted perjury statement to the grand jury was what made the Commonwealth upgrade her charges to second-degree murder. Carrie lied under oath. What the fuck? Carrie's facing life in prison. Your thoughts, gentlemen? Yeah, the Carrie Roberts thing, I think it was almost like we got in trial 1, we didn't get the cross from Carrie Roberts, but we had the allusion to it with Jen McCabe, where she was saying all along, you've been coaching Carrie this whole time to say what to say, how to say it, and she's telling them everything. Like we got that from trial 1, but we never got like any we never got like proof of it, and now we have that. So I think now the most impactful part, I believe, of what Carrie Roberts admitted to is when Jen McCabe gets crossed on this, and see how she attempts to explain this, because this is like definitive proof that what Jen McCabe was telling Carrie Roberts, Carrie took as fact. And that she's telling them everything turns out to be true. So, like I said, we won't know the true answer of like the implications of that until Jen McCabe tries to explain this at this trial coming up. Did you miss all that?
Yeah, I was getting my Perrier. You handle it though. Defense said there'll be eyewitnesses who saw John go in the house. You think they're referring to Karen and she will testify?
I don't think so. I think if I had to guess what that was, the way I took it was, did they say go in the house or was in the house?
I don't know.
The only thing I could think of is Nagel and Maxon, who said that John wasn't in the car when they drove past Karen. I think that's the biggest. Besides like physical doubt, I think that's the biggest part of this trial that nobody really people forget. But those
Ryan
two
Nagel.
eyewitnesses put Karen alone in her SUV before 12:30.
Talking about Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan and Heather Maxon. Yeah,
that's Nagel on Nagel crime.
Exactly. So why would he?
A lot of years.
He would have every reason to lie about it.
He didn't though. He seemed very truthful in season 1.
Yeah, and he admitted that the Jeep wasn't there. So that Jeep is going to be big issue for them. I think this trial coming up because just the way that Brennan described it, traveling 70 feet in reverse. If you understand, like I kind of get into like the weeds of it all, but if you just read the text stream data, Karen doesn't slam the brakes at all when she's going in reverse. If they say that's the time, like the 62 feet in reverse or whatever it is. So basically, they're saying the car coasted to a stop. You following me?
Mm-hmm.
So if that was the case, she'd run right into the Jeep. So I think they're going to really. I mean, there's a lot that they can go after in this. I think we're going to see. We haven't seen anything yet. I'll just say that.
But we have seen
peg leg.
Thank you so much, Becky. Welcome to the family, Madeline. What's up with the grab assing of Brian Albert and Higgins at the bar? That's more my style.
Yeah, you got that one.
All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss.
Okay, that's what it's about. We know why. We know what it's about. You know. We heard the stories. I've heard some stories. That's the legend of Saint Pirate Pegleg of Canton. The only way to look up the folklore of it is to go to the Canton Library when it's only open with the Antiquarian Society on Sundays. You have to go into a special room, and you actually need to know the Dewey Decimal System to get to know the legend of the Pegleg. Do you want to know what the poll was?
I mean, yes. What was the question? Would the people in the chat to free Karen Reed?
Yeah.
I'm saying
Pegleg.
Yeah. 86% said yes. More.
Not even close.
More?
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
38% said yes.
38?
A lot of good supporters you got here, Cal. And I'd go over there and throw it in Pegleg.
Oh, I thought that would be way higher than 38.
Well, you're not. You were leading the charge, and you were like, nah.
Yeah, but I'm a guy. I think all your chat is mostly women.
So what? You're saying what? So what are you saying about women? What are you saying? What does that mean? You're a guy. What does that mean?
They would peg her with the peg. Is that what you meant?
No, I would think they'd be able to scissors.
Oh, well then it should have been lower than 38%. If we're being honest.
All right, hour and 18 minutes. I'm getting loopy. Is there anything you want to talk about before we say bye?
That's it, man. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, you coming back?
Yeah, whatever you want me.
You can say no.
No, I'll come back.
Don't lie to me like an old peg leg.
I would tell you if I didn't want to come back. I told you I was going to come back last time.
You didn't? I don't remember. Oh, so by the way, you want to know something funny actually before we say bye is that I was seeing on because like I went back and I numbered the interviews and you're number 16.
Mm-hmm.
And people were tweeting and they were like numbers like number 16, like for the win.
Said I'm number 16?
No, so you were I have to take my birth control pills. Hold on. So your interview was the 16th one.
Yeah.
Like that I've done. So people were like that was like a thing that they were taking and running with it. Like number 16 with like a heart. Like the 16th interview.
Okay.
That's like
That's nice.
you're 23. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I like when people like kind of create their own little subcultures here. It's a good time. It's a good time for the whole family, including Peg Leg. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Good luck, and see you next week, and we'll see what happens with our Nagels. Talk to you soon. Joe, say
Okay.
bye.
See you guys.
Calling her a big slut doesn't make you cool. Make you cool. She was up for best looking at Canton High School. Go Bulldogs. Rumors spread that she had a top-notch grip. A top-notch grip. And was quick to go down. You sunk my battleship. Battleship. She's not Mother Teresa, okay, I'll agree. But who would buy the cow when the milk is always free? Bella's mom, there's something going on. For the town pump, oh, you got it all wrong. All the neighbors say that she's always been this way. She likes a little strong, but she loves being Bella's mom.